Hello, beautiful people, busting up your news feed again today for the millionth time. Sacred Mysteries, the Chakra Oracle. I ordered this off Amazon and I can't wait to share this with you guys and go through this. Maybe you guys can't see with the glare here. We're going to open this together and energetically charge these cards for future readings. I will do a mini reading at the end of this. We'll see how many it is. Let's take a look, shall we? So let's open the box. And those of you guys who join me in the reveals of my other decks know how much I love big boxes. Not just because big boxes take up so much space, but if the cards are big, then okay. But if we're using this big box and then the cards are tiny, why is the box so big? So we probably have a big guidebook. So let's see. Big guidebook. Understand qualities by engaging Understand qualities by engaging vibratory energy, body sensations, thinking processes, emotions, and inner and outer awareness. Wow. Little tiny little cards. Big book. But this book is really beautiful. Look at this. Wow. Okay, so we have the chakras colors up at the top. So the acknowledgements. Part 1. How cards and chakras mix and mingle. Chakra title. So the root is yellow. Oh my goodness. Okay, the root is yellow. That's a little strange. Passion is this bluish, purpley-ish. I don't know. I'll let you guys see that. And then we have the power chakra, which is red. So it looks like the solar plexus and the root got switched in color. Heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and the crown chakra is white. Okay. Interesting. So there's slight differences here with how we traditionally see the colors. The root chakra. Fear, challenge. Chapter 2, passion chakra, the second chakra. So this would be the sacral chakra. That's going to take some getting used to. Power chakra, solar plexus. Heart chakra, green. So that's pretty standard. Acceptance, service, illusion. Throat chakra. Expansion, dreams, dialogue. And then third eye chakra. Truth, detachment, intuition, interference, peace, oneness. Oh, did we jump into the crown? Yeah, sorry. Crown chakra, oneness, reality, stagnation, compassion, the cards and the oracle and the guide. Talking with Shakti, meanings of the card positions, the planets. Okay, so there's lots of reading. Looks like a very, very detailed book, which is awesome. And then we have the cards, which have gold gilt, which are awesome as well, but they are fairly small, and that's okay because I like small cards when I read, so I don't take up so much space. There's the back side. So I'm just trying to see how many cards we have here. 49. All right, 49 cards. Let's take a look. So we're in the root right now. Strength, security. Let you guys read them. And the sacral, play, flow. And the solar plexus, passive. Oh, positive energy. I thought this was passive. Positive energy. Radiance. And the heart chakra. And the throat chakras with the purple here. Expansion, communication. And the third eye chakras with this blue. Integrity, truth, unity, detachment, intuition, and concentration, interference. And then the crown chakra, peace, bliss, the oneness, cosmic consciousness, reality, stagnation, and compassion. Okay, beautiful. I chose good, although those chakra colors are all buggered up, so I'll probably channel in some of the readings, you know, because that could be shadow, where we might be seeing something as like let's say, for example, the root is yellow here, right? And so we might be using pride as some form of like courage or strength or independence. Meanwhile, in the red, it means it's actually a lack of insecurity. You know, it's like I'm insecure, or I don't feel safe, or I have trust issues, dressed up as some form of willpower, strength, courage. You know, I could do it myself, or I don't know, I need other in some way, and that sort of a thing. So there's a lot of shadow that's pulling through these cards for me. Okay, so those who channel will know exactly what I'm talking about, but let's pull your message here. Okay, I'm going to read it intuitively. If I do need to read the book, of course I will, but let's see. Spirit for the viewer for today's reading. The collective, tune into this reading. I won't be reading any reversals, by the way. For the collective, tune into this reading. What message do they need to know? What is their message for today? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good. What they need to hear today. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. I do feel one more for the greatest and highest good of the collective. Now remember, when I channel energy, it could be your energy, energy around you, okay? Don't take any messages that aren't for you, and these might be very specific. So we have beauty, 22, heart. Okay, the green was the heart. Good. So I'm seeing a lot of sun, and because the green is the green in the heart, I'm getting clarity, certainty. The white horse is purity, freedom, independence. 22 is a master number. Peacemaker, diplomacy, healthy energetic boundaries, divinely guided relationships with this 22. Okay, but that's also 4, and 4 is structure, foundation, stability, planning. I'm getting some Aries and some Scorpio energy from the 4, and some Leo from the sun. Okay, what about it? We have 11 with explore. Now I do feel this is, I don't know if that's the white or if that's the, like the crown chakra, or if that's yeah, that is the crown chakra. Wow. I'm just making sure. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, crown chakra. Or is it this? Sacral. I gotta check it out and see if we got some white. Okay, it's actually the sacral, not the crown. Sacral. Because it's like this purpley blue. Sorry. Okay, so in the sacral, we have explore. So sacral is all about emotions. So we could have we have a need to explore something about our emotions or creativity or trust. So it's like intimacy, vulnerability. But look at the 11, which is half of 22. So, okay, what's coming through here? Divinely guided relationship. A relationship could be between two people, okay? Relationships could definitely be with anyone or anything, okay? A relationship is you and other. What I'm getting is the other half of this relationship, whether it be your partner, your lover, your friend. There's half of one side of this relationship that is having issues with, I say issue, okay, they're needing to explore their emotions. They could have blocks in their emotions. They could not trust their emotions. They could have cloudy emotions. They could maybe be confused about how they feel or how to express themselves or how to be intimate. Because I feel like there's someone who's certain and clear, empowered and free and liberated from the heart space, unconditionally loving. Okay, is being divinely guided here by love, clarity, certainty. This is beautiful. And the other half here, okay, there's question here around one's own understanding of themselves when it comes to their emotions, trusting. It's like there could be battling themselves here with this dragon too, because, well, it's a water dragon, but I'm seeing the Ouroboros, like the circle. And what would that mean then, Spirit? Why am I seeing that? It's like a death and rebirth, but this one isn't fully closed. Someone hasn't healed something in regards to their emotions. So there's an open loop. Oh my goodness, this is getting really interesting. So there's an open loop, okay? And I feel like it's creating somebody's turmoil when it comes to their own battle or exploration of their own emotions. If they feel intense emotions, or they might just get overwhelmed by emotions or something like this. They need to maybe ground or heal or close some form of loop. And I see clouds brewing up here. So there could be a lot of heavy confusion about one's own feeling state, connecting to one's own emotions, or even expressing one's own emotions here if there's a lack of trust in self, confidence in our own ability to be intimate or vulnerable. And all this green is tying me back to this heart chakra. So they're led by this other person's unconditional love. They're led by unconditional love of the heart. But how do I connect to this thing with this open loop? It's like it's stopped short in some way here, or is getting in the way of love being expressed. And I use love loosely. Okay, love is love is love. Doesn't have to be an intimate sexual partner so much as it is expressing maybe a truth or being vulnerable or trusting in another by showing up. Something about definitely being guided here, okay? Reality, yeah. So here is the crown chakra. So there's a greater truth of reality. The universe's reality, which could be very different than our own perceived reality, okay? The objective truth. What is really going on here? And look, 11. Okay, so I have 1111, which is my twin flame number. So some of you guys could be resonating with the twin flame journey, a guided relationship. Two people coming together here. And what is this reality about, Spirit? Divine connection, being led by the divine, connecting to the divine through the crown chakra, an awakening here that is grounded in truth, not in fears, not in blocks. All right, someone seems to be connecting to that. And then we have play, which is the sacral, but 8 is also ego, movement, change, attainment, and then all this green, which is heart. Yeah, and look, it's giving me the strength with the lion and the play, but it's also an elephant. How confusing. Take a look at this. Okay, so, lots of layers here. So I am getting Leo and some Pisces energy pulling through this, and Libra and Aries, Scorpio, like I said. And some Aquarius. So I think what Spirit is saying is there's a truth, okay? There's always a truth. And we could be completely removed from the truth, or we could be seeing the truth, but it doesn't matter if we see it, understand it. It doesn't sway the truth. The truth, I know I keep saying truth because I'm really hammering in this, reality is the truth. We could see it, contort it, understand it differently, but reality is actually the truth, the divine truth, and it will not change no matter how we see it or distort it. And so if we're seeing something here in the 3D as one way, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the true reality. Okay, I know this is sounding a little woo-woo, but if we're seeing it, it might not necessarily be the truth. And what spirit is saying is, well, it might not be the aligned with the divine truth. And so we could be projecting or feel any sort of way. We could be disappointed. We could feel disconnected. We could feel all sorts of ways here. Okay. And so what spirit is saying is allow yourself to explore what it will be, what it can be, what's happening here, because our discomfort as humans will be, I don't know. And we could be very serious about what will happen, what has happened, what can happen. Okay. And so we're not in the present moment. We're sort of anticipating what could happen, what should happen, my fear of not knowing, lack of clarity, lack of certainty, or we could be really just like afraid to explore because of, again, like an uncertainty or a lack of trust. And spirit is saying this all comes from the heart space. If we're in the present moment, we connect to unconditional love. And so despite how we're feeling in the sacral, which is emotionally, despite how we feel emotionally, the truth is always solid and true and unwavering, and that sits in the heart space. And so this could sound something like, when I feel a certain way, disappointment, lack, or I'm seeing something that's making me feel uneasy, that I can't trust, or that I'm like any contracting feeling of this experience, spirit is saying it's just the experience of the mind seeing something that might not necessarily be coming from the heart and truth. And so feelings are always predicated on the thought that we have at that moment. Feelings are never reflecting the current situation or circumstance, ever. It's one with the thought that we have. And so if the thought is in lack, I could feel sad, disappointed, rejected. If the thought is in abundance, I could feel loved, accepted, and appreciated and seen. So my feelings are really driven by the thought I have. And the thought is that in which could either be completely misaligned from reality and truth or in line with reality and truth. And spirit says the divine creator is always from a place of the heart, because God is love, is truth. Okay, I'll say that again. If it's not of God, it's not of love, and it's not of truth. It's an ignorance. It's a lack of seeing clearly. And it's an absence of God. So it's a fear. It's a contracting feeling I'm having based on a projection, an assumption, an unclear thought I'm having. And so now my fears are attached to that. And so I feel abandonment, disappointment, rejection, loss, shame, fear, guilt, all the lower vibrational things. Okay, and the sacral. So the emotions are really coming through here. And spirit says when there's a turbulency of emotions that feel contracting, the only way we're going to be able to rise yourself up to the truth of the situation, God's truth, not someone else's truth, not our perceived judgments or opinions, but the truth of the divine creator, is to lean into the heart. And the heart is unconditional love. Okay, and so it might feel like we're letting go in some way with this play energy, being more playful, being more forgiving, being more patient, because that's expansive energy. Okay, but there could be a lot of fear attached to that, because the belief in lack is so strong, in loss and separation. So something out there is separate from me. And if I let go, I could be without loss, lack, scarcity. Okay, but if I'm abundant in my heart space, and knowing that love is abundant and it's in grand supply and there's lots of it, I'm willing to give and allow things to flow. I'm an open channel of giving and receiving. I'm not clinging or attaching or forcing or feeling shut down, contracted, or fearful in any way. I'm allowing myself to play. And what comes, but I got to be in this present moment energy so that I could be in line with truth and reality. Or I could live in my fears and projections, and be closed off. Something needs to be healed here about the emotions with both people, although I do feel someone's seeing something clearly and is more in line with their pure self or the true self or the liberated self. Or in order to free oneself and get closer to the truth, in order to be more conscious, more clear. Okay, so if we're not feeling certainty or clarity, then we're not in line with truth and purity. We're just in line with a fear, with an emotion that feels real to us, but it's just a distorted lack mindset. It's like, are you in lack mindset or are you in abundant mindset? It all depends on your feelings right now. And if your feeling feels clouded, confused, something needs to be healed, it's too intense, or I feel contracting energies, I don't trust, or something is painful, or I feel lack or loss, sad and shame, all of those feelings. Okay? Not confident, not clear, not certain, not seen, not appreciated. That's a lack mindset. That's not coming from heart. That's coming from a belief we have that needs to be questioned and seen through, because we're on a journey, if I do read this correctly, because not for everyone, this twin flame journey, which to me would symbolize not necessarily a label, but the type of relationship that would make us wake up to the greater state of consciousness so we could see ourselves as the divine creator sees us. How does the divine creator see you? The divine creator sees you as perfect, in love and harmony, okay, with the divine creator's true and as love. The divine creator does not see you as lack or missing anything at all, because the divine creator doesn't create anything that is lacking. Everything in the universe is perfectly created. The only lack we feel is the absence and the ignorance of that light. And so we must shine the light of awareness, the truth in that area, the truth in that mindset, and undo those beliefs in lack and scarcity, because the truth is going to drive these feelings of love. And this is what we're being guided to do. Lean into the love and the truth. Allow yourself this play, flexibility. Don't get fixated and hung up on mindsets that are creating lack and separation. Okay, the separation consciousness was creating this feeling of not feeling good. Okay, and now I'm feeling it on both sides. So however you resonate with this messaging, there's a message here for everyone, okay? Are we in line with the heart and the divine creator with truth and love, the way we were meant to experience it? Or are we clouded in ignorance because of the casted shadow here of some sort of experience that we had that's trapped in the sacral in regards to trusting, to be vulnerable and intimate and connect to our own emotions in a way that understands yourself with self-mastery over the emotions, not driving with the emotion as though it's dictating what this present moment is about, what this connection is about, because then we're not reacting in real time or responding to trauma of the past or trapped emotions in the energy system. All right. So very specific messaging, beautiful people. And yeah, I don't know if I said Leo and Aquarius, but it is coming through here as well, okay? And then the Pisces, the Libra, and the Aries and Scorpio. So this is what I see, beautiful people. I hope this helped you, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye.